No, but I was just saying that the run that you've been on, it's obviously close to historic. So to what do you attribute all the success that you've had so far this year?
I guess a lot of help from my coaches and teammates. Not to mention, a lot of preparation and training leading up to the season, OTAs over the summertime, and long, hard training camp.
How fun has it been, though, to be on the run, be as big a part of the offense, and obviously the winning that goes along with it?
Yeah, it's been great. It's a great time to be a Lions fan, 4-1, looking for number 5 this weekend. So, we're just going to keep on chugging.
How big of a factor is Steve Hyden been in your development? Dan's talked about that a lot. I know Ben's talked about it. Just how much has he pushed you? How big of a influence has he been?
Yeah, he's been a huge influence. He played 10 years at the position, so he really gets those intricate details of playing. Just the experience that he has, it really contributes a lot to my development and just the learning curve in general.
How's the calf?
It's feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
Do you expect to play on Sunday?
That's the plan. That's the goal.
Did you hurt in practice yesterday?
No, it kind of flared up, I guess, on Wednesday. I think it was mostly from the game, but it's football, things happen. We certainly work our bodies pretty hard, so feeling a lot better today.
Just one other thing on the run that you've been on. It's tight end has historically been a tough position for rookies to make as big of an impact, as you have.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think you've been able to, bridge that gap? Why do you think you've been able to have success when other really good tight ends haven't always done that in their rookie year?
Going up against our defense a lot in training camp was certainly, a huge step for me. I got to go against Aiden, Charles, Kamish, guys like that every day. It helps a lot in the run scheme, me blocking. I guess there's a lot of different things to contribute it to, but a lot of it has to do with my coaches, and just give them a lot of credit.
Hey Sam, I don't know what expectations you set for yourself this season, but has any of your early success surprised you in any way? it seems like you're setting a new record and making new history every week.
I don't know if it's a surprise, but I keep mentioning it's cool to stop and smell the roses. Like, you can acknowledge that you're doing something cool, but you can't really stop and you can't acknowledge it for that long because you're always preparing for the next thing. Whether it's a good game or a bad game, you watch the tape, you kind of analyze how you can get better, and then you got to move on. So,
now that you've joined kind of the NFL, had this run of games here, is there the fraternity of the Iowa tight ends, has that grown a little bit stronger? Have you getting a little bit more love from the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, I know tight end U's, the National Tight End Day is coming up here in a couple weeks, so we'll let the fight over who tight end U is go down on that day. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of guys at the highest level.
George had the 3-touchdown game against Dallas. How big of an influence has he been on you as you've come into the league and just need somebody to talk to or whatever?
Yeah, a lot of those guys have helped me sort of progress and acclimate to this level. Guys like TJ, George, Noah, Dallas Clark was a huge mentor for me at Iowa and still is. Those guys, they've helped me out a lot. Certainly training with George this offseason was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot.
He was very high on you coming into this year. Has he texted you, throughout the year? Has he been having these games and stuff?
Yeah, it's hard. We usually shoot some text messages back and forth, but that's about it.
Did you shoot one after the flea flicker?
No, we actually didn't. I knew it was his birthday, and he was going to be getting a lot of texts, so I was like, I'll let him be. He knows. He knows.
You talked about what's gone into the season that you've had so far. What can you say about your relationship and the connection you have with Jared Goff?
Yeah, Jared's he's a damn good football player. He's a great guy, too. He's certainly taken me under his wing. He's as competitive as they come, and I'm glad he's on our team.
It looks seamless and very easy between the two of you right off the start. Mm-hmm. Have you experienced that with other quarterbacks?
He's the only quarterback I've had since I've been in the league.
Well,
so
outside
I can't.
Of the NFL.
Outside of the NFL.
It just seemed like it just progressed so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he took me under his wing, and he's definitely one of those stable players on our team where you always know what he's going to contribute. He's always doing his job and doing it at a high level. So I guess you could say it was a seamless transition. A lot went on behind the scenes.
Sam, how often are you and Dallas Clark in touch? Like, what's that relationship like, and is there back and forth between you guys?
It was a lot easier to stay in touch with him at Iowa because he kept showing up. We couldn't get rid of him. But, you know, a phone call probably once every other week is about what I get with Dallas.
What has he told you so far about your early success in the NFL, and I guess his impressions of your play?
Yeah, keep your head down. The thing about football is you don't want to get too high or low. You kind of just got to ride the waves. You know, that has a lot to do with, like, you come off a big win, you know, you don't want to fall off the next week, or you suffer a bad loss, you know, can you bounce back the next week? So, you know, just try to stay right in the middle.
Way we practice, you know, like not a lot of, well, I can't speak on a lot of teams either, but from my sample size, you know, we get after it here. You know, we get after it, but Dan's also smart, and he knows when to bring it back a little bit, you know, so I think that's what it is, man. We get, he's got the secret recipe, and I don't quite know what it is yet, but he's got it.
Yesterday, Amon-Ra St. Brown said you guys haven't quite hit your ceiling yet, and of course there's so many moving pieces in and out, but what do you think the ceiling is of this offense?
Sky's the limit, you know. I mean, we can do just about anything as long as we execute it, and because I mean we got all the players. We got all the players to be able to make Ben's offense, you know, come alive. And he talks about it all the time. He can draw plays all day, but you know, if he ain't got the right players to make that play come alive, then it just doesn't work.
And both Amon-Ra and Ben Johnson had a ton to say of just the job you've done, especially stepping up with, you know, different guys out. What is it like to be a part of this offense that we've seen successful even with so many pieces kind of to and from?
Feels good. You know, I mean, I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Coach Campbell acknowledged that this is a tougher stretch you guys are going through, back-to-back games on the road against tougher opponents, and then coming home from Monday Night Football against the Raiders. Can you sense him getting you guys mentally prepared for this tough stretch?
I think he knows we got the right guys for it. You know, they got a good plan as far as how we gonna carry into this you know, this shorter week. So you know, just trusting the coaches, and we'll just come in and do our jobs.
Some weeks you might get 6 or 7 targets, others 2 or 3. How do you stay connected to the game all the time, regardless of how many balls are coming your way? Is that hard to do?
I try to block my ass off. If I ain't get the ball, I got to take it out on somebody else, you know. So I'm gonna block.
Anybody?
Anybody, any and everybody.
I was curious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And guys got different ways, you know. Sometimes you fall out of it, but you know me, I try to stick in it with my blocking.